looks half as good as this photo, I'd say real beauty.
So was Mata Hari.
Oh, I didn't know you were handling this as a spy case.
I'm not. She's a naturalized citizen. If we can get an indictment, it'll be for treason, and right this minute, I think we can.
Too bad. She has such a pretty neck.
Yes, Miss North?
They're here, Mr. Hagen.
All right, bring them in.
Miss Brenner, sir.
How do you do, Miss Brenner?
How do you do?
Hagen is my name. This is Mr. Raj, my assistant.
How do you do?
Would you two gentlemen wait outside, please?
Will you step this?
Miss Brenner, do you understand the meaning of treason?
Yes, I do.
Although this is but a preliminary hearing, I must warn you that anything you say here may be used against you should you be indicted and placed on trial for committing treason against the United States of America.
I will tell the truth.
Would you care to make a statement?
Yes, I would.
Miss North? Go ahead, please.
Yes, I know what treason is. And I also know the meaning of loneliness. You think of loneliness. You go down to the sea. You listen to the sound of the waves. And you look out at the ocean, but it separates you from the where you were born. And the home you made there when you were married. You turn away and walk on, looking for nothing and no one. Until unexpectedly, out of nowhere, there seems to appear a clam digger. Butch, I'm so sorry. Please throw the ball and he'll stop bothering you. Thank you.
Thank you, Frau Brenner.
How did you know my name?
I've been haunting this beach for the last 2 days, waiting for a chance to speak to you alone.
To me? Why?
I have a message for you.
A message? From whom?
From the same person who gave me your name, your husband.
My husband. That's a very poor joke. My husband died 5 years ago.
It is less than 48 hours since he gave me this message for you.
You must be out of your mind. My husband was lost at sea with the entire crew of his boat, the U-64.
Your husband is well, and aboard his boat, the U-64 was never sunk. He sent you this. He carries it with him always.
It can't be. Victor, it's true. He always had it with him. Where is he? Why didn't he come himself? Where can I find him?
It won't be easy. You must go to him. There's a great risk involved.
Oh, I'll do anything, anything.
You and Powell can start a new life together, if you have the courage. You will be aboard the Weber yacht tomorrow, when Mrs. Weber takes Dr. Gernitz for a cruise, won't you?
Yes, and?
Now listen carefully, because this is what I want you to do.
I understood my instructions quite well. But I couldn't think of right and wrong when I walked back to the beach house. All I could see was an hour separating me from tomorrow. And the wonderful moment of reunion.
Hello, did you have fun by the water? Well, dear, you were gone a long time. I was beginning to worry.
Was I? I didn't realize. I met a clam digger down the beach. How about some clam broth for supper, Dr. Gernitz?
Ever since I came to this wonderful country, that is a native delicacy of which I've heard, but never tried. The hospital evidently did not approve of clam broth as patients died.
Well, it's high time you sampled it, Doctor. And if there's one thing a Cape Cod cook knows how to prepare, it's clams. Madeline, dear.
Yes?
Why don't you take them out to our tyrant in the kitchen?
I will.
Butch, come on.
You know, It is not good that a charming young girl like your secretary should always be alone. She never talks to anybody. To have a little dog as her only companion, that's no way to live.
My plane is leaving for Washington in a half hour, Ms. Weber. But I do want to thank you again for your kindness to Dr. Gurnitz. I know how much the Admiral appreciates it.
Appreciates indeed. You tell Bob Farrell anytime he can't call on me for a favor, I'll be in my grave, or he'll be in his.
He may be Bob Farrell to you, Mrs. Weber, but he's still the Admiral to me. I think you better deliver that sort of message in person.
I shall, as soon as we get back from our cruise.
You're very kind. Your government not only put me in good hands, but also in charming ones.
You can see how much better he is. He's starting to act flirtatious.
Well, I shall see you in Washington, Doctor, after your cruise. I don't have to tell you how much we need you or what your work will mean to us.
It'll mean much to me, too, Captain. 4 years is too long a time to waste in a hospital when one is my age. There are not enough years left for all I hope to do.
Then tomorrow comes after a long night without sleep. On board the yacht, you listen to the wild pounding of your heart as you search the sea.
Yes.
Those.
When I heard the radio signal, I knew the time was close. Very close.
Excuse me.
Captain?
Yes?
An SOS. It was a faint signal.
An SOS.
The Melinda. Keep contact. Tell them we're on our way. Yes, sir.
Submarine! Surfacing! Port quarter!
No markings, Captain.
No.
Is it one of ours?
I don't know. Radio the Coast Guard that there's an unidentified subsurfacing. Give them our position.
Yes, sir.
Can't somebody do something?
I'm sure they won't harm anyone.
I wish I could believe that.
Malibu, comply immediately or we will open fire.
You see the U-64, and you thank God it was never sunk. And you thank God for sparing your husband. Then you look and see faces and faces. But not the face your heart is breaking for. The only one I recognized was the clam digger.
To prepare, Bob.
But I...
Into the boat, please. Please, we have very little time. Take her across with the boat and then come back.
Out! Out!
I want everybody below decks. Captain, you will assist me, please. Quickly.
All right, men. Get below decks. Mrs. Weber and folks, let's go to the cabin.
Oh, Dr. Gernitz.
Yes?
You, of course, will come with me. We will try to make you as comfortable as possible. To the boat, please.
Where is Paul? Where is he? You promised he'd be here.
You're quite correct, Frau Brenner. Your husband did die 5 years ago. In the service of his country.
But why did you want me to believe that he was still alive? Why did you bring me here? Dr. Gernitz.
They used you. But it was I they wanted.
So you lied to me. You lied, you.
My men and I serve no purpose but our own and those of the highest bidder. Every man's hand is against us. We have no flag and no country. You should be grateful for giving us Gernitz. You will escape the fate of those others.
Captain, they've broken out. They're getting on the way.
All ahead 2/3. Make ready number 1 torpedo tube.
Number 1 tube's ready, Captain.
On target. Stand by forward.
They are helpless. You can't do such a thing.
Butcher. You butcher.
Fire one. Sound the diving alarm.
Open the vents! Set the main induction!
Heinz,
Yes, Captain.
take Dr. Gernitz to my cabin.
Feed air. Greenboard pressure in the boat. Come along.
I'm sorry, Frau Brenner. But it is essential to my plan that she be reported as sunk without a trace. Your husband knew what it was like to be hunted. And now, unfortunately, you will, too. I know it will be difficult to accept, but soon you will realize that we are your only friends.
I was sick with hate. I hated von Molter. A heartless liar, a cold-blooded butcher. But I hated myself more for having believed him, having helped him, blindly, stupidly.
Excuse me. Yes?
The two gentlemen are here, Mr. Hagen.
All right, thank you. Miss Brenner, would you wait in Mr. Rogers' office, please?
This way, Miss Brenner.
Come in, gentlemen.
Captain Elliott.
Captain.
This is Dr. Young.
How do you do, Doctor? Hello. This is Mr. Rogers, my assistant.
How do you do?
Doctor?
Mr. Rogers?
I appreciate your coming. Won't you sit down, please?
Thank you.
Captain Elliott, you met Miss Brenner at Mrs. Weber's beach house, did you not?
Yes, sir, I did.
Tell me, Captain, in view of Dr. Gernitz's presence there, was any security check made on the household personnel?
There was.
What did you learn about Miss Brenner?
Nothing, sir. Nothing that would warrant any action on the part of naval intelligence.
What was your personal opinion of her?
I have no personal opinion. I can tell you, however, that both Dr. Gernitz and Mrs. Weber thought highly of her.
Mm-hmm. I understand, Captain, you were involved in the search for the U-64.
In a minor way, I was.
How was that?
I managed to obtain a piece of wreckage from the yacht. I went to Washington, turned the evidence over to the Naval Gun Factory for examination. Then you infer, Admiral, the yacht was not sunk by an internal explosion.
Definitely not. This piece of wreckage from the Malibu has told us quite a lot. The spectroscopic analysis of the steel led us to a conclusion that at first seemed unbelievable. But ballistics confirmed it, so did metallurgy. The steel is definitely from Stuttgart. There's no question about it. That's a propeller from a German Mark 6 torpedo.
I know it's difficult to believe, but the facts speak for themselves. The Malibu was destroyed by a torpedo from a German Type 21 submarine.
Then Gernitz might still be alive.
That's ONI's theory, Admiral. We're not the only ones who can use his genius.
But a U-boat has no country.
Money always has a country, sir.
Yes, quite so. You said that naval intelligence had certain facts which might narrow the possible area to be searched.
Yes, sir. 2 ships, their crews, and their supplies have disappeared without a trace during the past week at these 2 points. More significant, we have just received a report that last night in the harbor of Belgrano, on the north coast of South America, 3 crewmen were killed on board an oil tanker.
An oil tanker?
Yes. 6,000 gallons of diesel oil have disappeared.
Well, we have sufficient ships and planes in that area for an intensive offshore search without violating neutral waters.
There are 1,500 miles of rugged, sparsely settled coastline in that vicinity. That means thousands of inaccessible hiding places, any one of which might be their base.
And your solution?
Naval intelligence has picked men ready to fine-comb that coastline, each working separately. We're only awaiting your permission, sir.
Thank you, Captain.
Permission was granted, and I then flew to San Diego to contact the man who played such a major role in the U-64 matter, Dr. Young.
Is San Diego your home, Doctor?
Well, since the war, it has been. I'm practicing medicine there.
Between escapades for the Navy, of course.
Well, I'm a sucker for a worthy cause.
Are you a family man?
Unfortunately, no. I'm still a bachelor.
Tell me, Doctor, why were you chosen for the job?
Well, I speak German and know a little about submarines.
Dr. Young studied medicine in Leipzig. During the war, he served with the submarine squadron in the Pacific Fleet.
I see. Tell me, Doctor, what is your opinion of Miss Brenner?
Concerning what?
Treason.
If you don't mind, I'll leave legal opinions to lawyers like yourself. I'll stick to the facts.
As you wish, Doctor. Go ahead with your facts.
Well, after Captain Elliott persuaded me to take the assignment, I left for South America. Locating the whereabouts of the U-64 wasn't easy. At least it wasn't for me. It took time. Too many blind alleys and too many false leads. I'd been sailing along the coastline about 200 miles south of Belgrano, searching plantations owned by German expatriates. Finally, I spotted a cove where a submarine could possibly find shelter and camouflage. I'd run into several like it before, and I wasn't at all sure I'd found the rendezvous of the U-64.
Lieutenant, there's a man in a small boat off the coast. How close? About a quarter of a mile. I'll call the captain.
Yeah? Yeah? If he alters his course and comes any closer, bring him in. Understand?
Some more coffee.
Thank you, yes.
You too, Herr von Molter?
Oh, no. The lady asked if you wish for some more coffee. I must apologize for my brother's rudeness. Our presence here seems to have complicated his rather simple farm existence.
Being an uninvited guest myself, I can quite understand his feelings.
Ah, Carla. I hope your shopping expedition was fruitful.
I'm afraid the shops in Aliso are not up to Senora Brenner's standard.
I'm sure I like it. It was kind of your wife to take so much trouble for me, Herr von Molter. It is so difficult for one woman to shop for another. I wish I could have done it myself.
That would have been too dangerous. Carla has done everything for us since our arrival. A stranger in town would be noticed immediately.
Very nice, Carla.
Just native peasant style, but I am sure they will look nice on you.
Captain. Yes.
Please come with me right away.
Excuse me.
I thought perhaps this skirt.
And I want to know what this is all about. These men grabbed me.
They acted under my orders.
And who are you?
Well?
He was headed straight for the wharf, sir.
What did you want?
Fresh water. My tank was low.
You searched the boat?
Yes, sir.
His papers?
None, sir. Not even any charts. Nothing but food and fuel.
No papers, eh? Where were you bound for?
That's no concern of yours.
Search him. Let me see that.
Nothing, sir.
It's Cap. Prisoner of war escapes. Lieutenant Karl Lundberg, former medical officer of the German submarine service, escaped from Huntsville, Texas, prisoner of war camp. Authorities believe he will head for Mexico. The international border is being closely watched. Sehr interessant, was ist hier lese, Lieutenant Lundberg.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Don't you? I find you listed here in German Navy personnel. You're among friends, Lieutenant.
Really? Who says so?
Captain hinaus. Und er schießt ihn.
You're mad. You can't shoot me. What have I done?
Thought you didn't speak German, Lieutenant. Well, it is good to have you with us. My name is Erich von Moltke.
Von Moltke? Of the U-64? Impossible. The U-64 was lost.
The U-64, Lieutenant, is just as alive as I am. Now, it states here that you're from Essen. I know the town intimately. Just for my satisfaction, where's the Lutheran church?
On the Marienplatz.
Have you ever dined at Wagenheim's?
Hardly. I never read first editions. It's a bookshelf.
Good enough, Lieutenant. You have come at a very convenient moment. We are urgently in need of a doctor.
At your service, Captain.
Now, if you will accompany Lieutenant Heldman, my second in command.
Herr Freund.
Sehr Freund. We have a patient here. The captain believes he has suffered a relapse from a former condition. He has been getting sedatives.
But I have nothing to work with.
You'll find a first aid kit in the room. This is Lieutenant Lundberg, Dr. Görnitz. The captain will report from you later, Doctor. If you need anything else, let me know.
So you're going to open that kit and make me well?
I hope to.
You undoubtedly studied in Leipzig, the world's finest medicine. Yes, you know the human body well. Except for this, the heart.
I studied that, too.
I doubt if it'll do you any good, Lieutenant.
Won't you join me?
Thank you, no.
Why not?
This warm climate, it's so...
Yes, it is also oppressive. One requires time to become accustomed to it.
You suppose Dr. Görnitz ever will?
Now that we have a competent doctor, I trust so. You know, I wish that you and I could have met under happier circumstances. You see, Madeline, you permit that I call you Madeline.
I have small choice in the matter.
I would prefer that your permission came from a feeling of friendship, rather than from a mistaken feeling of duress.
As long as Dr. Görnitz and I remain your prisoners, Captain, you can hardly expect us to feel friendly toward our jailer.
As far far as Dr. Gernitz is concerned, that is a regrettable result of his scientific eminence. But in your case, my dear, you are as free as I. Unfortunately, our freedom is circumscribed by the fact that we must remain hidden here for the present. But the future holds promise, certain. Lieutenant, I see after taking care of your patient, you've taken care of yourself.
I needed it.
Frau Brenner, may I present Lieutenant Lundberg, formerly of the German Navy. Not only a distinguished doctor, but twice decorated for extreme bravery under fire.
Frau Brenner, I'm honored.
And Dr. Gernitz?
I've given him temporary relief, sir, but I'm not at all satisfied with his condition. I have a blood count on the way now. By tomorrow morning, I should be able to give you a full report.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I am greatly relieved, my dear, that Dr. Gernitz is in such capable hands. Let me know your diagnosis as soon as you can. Well, we shall look forward to seeing you at dinner.
Oh, thank you, sir. Frau Brenner.
Now, as I was saying, the future holds great promise for all of us.
Us? Why do you include me in your plans?
For many reasons, my dear. You must have realized these last 2 days that my interest in you is no longer merely that of a person whom I have to use. As a woman, you must have sensed it. And it is as a woman I now regard you. A very charming, very beautiful, and very desirable woman.
Of all your mad schemes, this is the maddest. Do you really think that you can force affection?
I would so not inspire it.
When you choose a singular method.
You think you hate me now. But in a woman's heart, the dividing line between love and hatred is almost indistinguishable. I shall be leaving here soon, Madeline, never to return. You can come with me willingly or by force. The first choice will, I assure you, make things much more pleasant for both of us. Once we have delivered Dr. Gernitz to his purchases, we can forget the U-64 and the past. You and I can go where we will, live as we wish. You can have everything your heart desires, everything any woman could wish for. Have no doubts, Madeline, that you will learn to love me.
Lieutenant. Here's another message.
Good. This completes the picture. Latitude 45 degrees, 55 minutes north.
45, 55.
Longitude 32 degrees, 15 minutes west.
32.
It should be a simple matter to deliver Dr. Gernitz aboard the Citadel on its regularly scheduled run. I want you to get all these supplies aboard as quickly as possible. Please take glasses. I mean everyone. Now, I have an announcement that I know will please you all. Especially our reluctant host. We'll be leaving you shortly. Meine Damen und Herren, to our successful voyage. Drink up, Lieutenant. You will be leaving with us. You'll have 2 days in which to prepare Dr. Gernitz for our trip.
I will do everything I can for him, sir.
And you, my dear, will have 2 days in which to decide.
Everything is in order, Captain.
Thank you. It must feel good to step aboard a U-boat again.
Yes. It's been a long time.
This way, please. The medical locker is forward. My boat has quite a record, hasn't she? Mm-hmm. She's the first of her class. Admiral Dönitz himself commissioned her. Come along, Lieutenant. I think you will find everything you need. We are quite well equipped, as you can see. Oh, and here is the oxygen cylinder.
Captain! Seaplane offshore, flying at low altitude.
Go ahead. You too, Lieutenant? You're just like the rest of my men, running down the batteries for news of the outside world. I finally decommissioned the radio. Unless I'm using it myself, of course.
You're very wise, Captain.
No, just cautious. You should be, too.
Cautious?
Yes. About your patient, I mean. If anything should happen to him, we will have no further need for your services, will we? I understand. Now, if you've got all your supplies, we will be leaving. After you.
Matt. Hadley.
You must be careful.
What is it?
I found a way to escape. Later tonight. I'll make my way to town. I'll get the police.
Oh, the American consulate, there is one.
Yes, I've got to. It's all my fault that you're here. But I'll try to make up for it. If it's not too late.
Don't blame yourself, child. They trapped you the way they trapped me. But if you can get through, we both shall be free.
Yes, I want you to share.
Stop it! Stop it, please!
Chapman! The captain wouldn't appreciate this visit. You'd better leave.
I was only trying to stop her from escaping.
I was.
I suppose you'll save him that trouble.
Why should I? You wouldn't be fool enough to try it again.
Because you tell the captain?
No, because you'd be shot by the guards if you tried. Or didn't you know?
But Carla, she said.
Be careful whose advice you take. You could be killed that way.
Why should you care?
I don't. I wouldn't want the captain to lose you so easily. He's quite fond of you.
You're desperate.
He tells me you're responsible for bringing Dr. Gernitz here. You didn't expect Von Molter to be part of the bargain, did you?
Compared to you, Heldman is almost human.
Perhaps I shouldn't have interrupted the talk.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
Some coffee?
No, thanks. I've already eaten.
Oh. Then there's something on your mind?
Last night, you said my welfare depended on Dr. Gernitz.
Please, my advice made such an impression on you.
It impressed me so much, I don't want my life depending on these drugs.
Good morning.
Good morning, my dear. Help yourself to some breakfast. Now, about this medicine, you were saying?
We can discuss it later if you wish.
You can talk freely. What is it?
The date, 1947. It's lost. Most of the other bottles are the same.
Can't you manage without it?
Not if my life depends on it.
You should have told me this immediately instead of waiting till your own life was concerned.
I only noticed the dating.
That might be a fatal mistake. We have so little time. We must sail by tomorrow night.
There's a hospital at Belgrana. They'd have what we need. It's only about 200 miles from here.
Belgrana? That's a possibility.
The coast road is fairly good all the way. If you sent me now, I'd be back in plenty of time.
You're very resourceful, Lieutenant. Wait here. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
You've got to take me with you.
Because you want to get away from Von Molter?
What difference is it to you? But you've got to take me. You've got to.
Impossible.
Sehr gut. The arrangements are all completed.
When do I leave?
In a few hours.
Well, I'm ready now.
Unfortunately, I'm not. You're surprised, Lieutenant?
But I thought...
You were wrong. We are all leaving together today, 24 hours ahead of schedule. We can go ashore at Belgrana and pick up your supplies. That will be a much more practical plan. Don't you agree?
You're giving the orders, sir.
That leaves us exactly 3 hours and 20 minutes in which to prepare for our voyage.
Take down all netting. Secure topside for sea. Secure topside for sea.
Strike off on number 4. Stand by to answer bells on 2 main engines. Put the power on the dock. All the back, 1/3. All the back, 1/3.
Sound periscope. Gelman, I've had Dr. Gurnitz placed in my cabin. I will use yours.
Yes, Captain.
Yes, it's weak. It'll grow weaker. You'll never profit by my knowledge. If I don't have the will to live, you cannot make me live. You have nothing to sell but dust.
Dr. Gurnitz, listen to me. I'm not Lieutenant Lundberg. I'm an American. I'm here to help you.
You expect me to believe that? It's just a trick of the captain's to keep me alive.
But Von Moltke... Von Moltke couldn't possibly know that you were in room 417 Bethesda Hospital. And the three specialists, Peterson, Marks, and Caldwell, were on your case, or that your blood type was ABRH negative.
I do not understand.
You've got to live in spite of them.
I've just decoded a message from the Citadel.
We've left port. Confirm the receipt and advise that we will be on schedule. I must see how our precious patient is. Oh. I see you've made yourself at home, Lieutenant.
Just making a record of some drugs I'll need from the hospital.
Good.
What about the other drawers?
They're unimportant. They're not locked. This one is.
Latitude 45 degrees, 55 minutes north. Longitude 32 degrees, 15 minutes west. Citadel. Citadel. Registry, Panama. Owner, Far East Trading Company. Looks like $1 million parlay. Von Moltke delivers you to them, and they take you the rest of the way.
Well, now that you know, what can you do?
I'll be going ashore at Belgrano. I might have a chance.
You will be watched every inch of the way.
One chance remained now. And I realized that was pretty slim. It was past midnight when Von Moltke surfaced the sub. He was sitting in the boat beside me. I was hoping against hope he'd let me go alone to the hospital. It was a dark night. The port of Belgrano looked deserted, or at least fast asleep.
I know the way to the hospital. Yes? So do I. All right. Take each other arm.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches, señores. ¿De qué se trata? Oh, se quebró una pierna, pobre hombre. El cuarto de emergencia está... We would like to treat him in the pharmacy. Open it up. Take what you want, Lieutenant. no time for nerves.
There's another bottle.
Come on. Best to ensure his silence. Let's go, Lieutenant. I suppose you have everything you need, Lieutenant.
Everything. Thank you, Captain.
A useful visit, wouldn't you say?
Very.
All in all, it should have good results.
I'm sure it will.
So am I. Into the boat, please. Cast off. Well, Lieutenant, we had a good night's work.
Definitely, sir. Golly?
Thank you. I believe this belongs to you. I've been watching you ever since you became so intrigued with our radio, Dr. Young. Or is it Lieutenant Young? Or is it both? Well, it doesn't matter what your name or rank is now. They'll never know where you are. Kramer.
Yes, Captain.
Place Lieutenant Young under guard in the forward torpedo room.
C'est pas fait.
I gather you're somewhat surprised. This little incident will make no difference in my plans. Am I correct in assuming that you are regretting a lost opportunity? Had you known that Dr. Young was a spy, you might have made use of his rather bungling services.
You're quite correct. I would have.
Now that that last chance is gone, feeble though it might have been, you will learn to know the truth of what I told you. You had better realize, Madeline, that I am your only friend.
When von Moltke surfaced the U-64 again, I had the feeling that everything was lost. The stars were being shot to confirm the position. I knew that the time for the rendezvous with the Citadel was close at hand.
Plane, bearing 045, elevation 5, closing. Clear the bridge. Nine.
Hold your heading. I think we've got it spotted off port wing. She's going under. Get out a position report to base, Ted.
Come with me.
Probably the last dive that affected him.
It's his heart.
Captain! Yes? The plane's been sighted again. It's a PBN.
Why didn't you tell me who you are?
Why should I?
If I'd only known, I might have been able to help.
Changing your allegiance? Or don't you like Von Mulder as much as you expected to?
I'm not trying to justify myself to you. But whether you believe it or not, I'm trying to undo the harm I did.
It's a little late.
Isn't there anything I can do? Anything at all? It's not for my sake. It's for his.
There are some emergency flares on the port side of the control room.
Yes?
They're labeled NR.
NR?
You can pull the lever on the left side if you get a chance.
She will. She can.
Well, how is our patient? Oh, if you're thinking of any help from that search plane, it has gone for good. Now we can devote all our attention to Dr. Gernitz.
Commodore, we're on station.
Okay. Hello, Atlantic Fleet Headquarters. This is Hunter Killer Group 7 reporting on station. Search plane report received, and we are continuing the search in accordance with your operations planned. Out.
Okay, Phil, I'll take over.
No contacts. All quiet, man. Wait, I think I got something, Matt. Sonar bridge, contact, bearing 275, range 3000.
Aye, aye. Commodore, we have a sonar contact, bearing 275, range 3000. Switch your filters, maybe you'll get a better echo.
The echo's weak and scattered. Sounds like another school of fish. Sonar bridge, lost contact due to weak echo. It's all yours, Matt.
Commodore, we've lost contact again. I'm beginning to doubt if there's a submarine out there.
Oh, there's one out there, all right. But we have to find out where.
Will batteries be charged at the usual time tonight?
Yes, we will surface at 2100.
Sound has contact. Propeller beats.
Right ship for silent running.
Two ships, possibly three.
Battle stations.
Battle stations!
Up periscope. Approximate bearing 060. Good.
Three destroyers in line of bearing. They are passing by. Down periscope.
With the whole ocean to sweep, they won't be coming back.
We will maintain our position here, hovering, dead in the water, until they are out of sight. And
Destroyers, Twining and Weatherburn. Submarine flare bearing 170. Execute Hunter Killer pattern. Over.
Break ship for depth charge.
Break ship for depth charge.
But negative.
All
ahead emergency. Right full rudder. Yes, that's right. Take it down to 150 feet. Hard tide, 20 degrees down angle. Wrong negative. Secure the air.
All ships prepare depth charges. Set full pattern.
$150. Good. Fritz, take it to the forward torpedo room.
Yes, Captain.
Bridge sonar, bearing 210, range 1000.
Commodore, range 1000, bearing 210. Twining and Weatherburns, emergency. 3 turn, emergency. 3 turn. I'm going to try to blow him to the surface. Don't sink him.
Aye, aye, sir. Left standard rudder.
Left standard rudder.
Set shallow depth charge pattern.
Shallow depth charge pattern. Aye, aye, sir.
Fire full depth charge pattern.
High-pressure airline ruptured in forward torpedo room.
Secure high-pressure air forward. Kramer, investigate the damage.
Yes, Captain.
Three of them up there. What?
This keeps up till we force the surface.
That's what they want us to do. They want guns alive. Collect everything that floats, life jackets, clothing, and everything, and bring it forward. Then go back to the control room and stand by to release 100 gallons of oil for an oil slick. Yes. Prepare number 1 torpedo tube for releasing floatables. Place number 2 on trim line for releasing oil slick.
Get some towels out of the galley. Peterson! Peterson, come here. Gather all the loose clothing in the forward torpedo room. Come on, boys.
some type of car.
Number 1 and 2 troops ready.
Stand by. Fire! Change speed to dead slow.
Change speed to dead slow.
Commodore, there's a wreckage. I'm afraid we've sunk her.
Maybe we have and maybe we haven't. That could be an old U-boat trick from the last war. We'll continue the search.
Our trick has worked, Captain.
Has it? How do you know?
They stopped dropping depth charges.
Battle-lander! Take her down. Hard dive on bow and stern planes. Emergency lights. Secure the shallow depth gauges.
Can't do it.
We can't do what?
Go deeper. She's an old ship. It's been 6 years since overhaul.
Continue hard dive.
What can we gain by going deeper?
Locate a thermal layer and get beneath it.
170 feet.
Continue dive. The beam of the destroyer sonar will not penetrate a layer of colder water. You should know that.
How do you know we'll find a layer of colder water? 190 feet.
Go deeper.
Who the devil says there's a thermal layer at all? 210 feet.
Deeper, it's our only chance.
It's madness.
Oh,
Yes, Captain.
report any rapid drop in sea temperature.
Control! Control! Water entering the forward torpedo room through the windlass packing glands.
Put the forward torpedo room bilges on the train line.
280 feet.
Continue dive.
Captain, we're down 300 feet. She won't stand any more pressure.
Take it out to 400.
Captain, the hatch is sprung in the crew's quarters. Compartment is flooding.
Start the drain pump!
Handle the compartment. Secure watertight door aft. Control room. Roll safety. 4 and 5 main ballast tanks. Slowly. Control room. Roll safety.
400 feet. And still no change in temperature.
Continue dive.
We've got to serve us. It's our only chance.
Tell the maneuvering room to pull all power and lighting to the aft battery.
You're mad! You kill us all! You...
I'm the last man, Captain. Good. Get out!
Captain, sea temperature falling. Rapidly.
Level off. We are under the layer. Maintain present depth until we clear the area. All ahead full. Left full rudder. New course. 0, 0, 0.
We're losing contact. Keep searching the area.
Aye, aye, sir. Surfaced.
We must have gotten away.
I guess I knew that hours ago.
I'm sorry. I suppose I wasn't very much help.
You tried.
I know. But nothing can stop him now.
No, I suppose not.
Captain, off the port bow. It's the exact position, sir.
Small tanker was once tacked aft. It's a citadel, all right. Request them to put out a boat and meet us.
Come on, get going. Up the ladder.
You are nearing the end of your journey, Doctor.
Yes.
I'm Captain Berry, Captain von Moltke. I was advised I was receiving only one passenger.
I'm sure you will not mind two more. Your superiors will appreciate them. He's an American undercover agent. She, unfortunately, shares his views.
They are most welcome aboard.
This contains the exact details. This is Dr. Adolf Girnitz. Now my part of the transaction is complete.
You are a very thorough man, Captain. And this completes our part of the transaction. I am sure you will find everything in order.
If you don't mind, I prefer to verify it for myself.
As I watched Von Molter open the thick bundle, I had the feeling of revulsion. This was the payoff, the blood money for the delivery of Dr. Girnitz into the hands of a potential enemy. It was when I noticed the expression on Von Molter's face that I looked at the contents of the bundle. When I saw that marked life preserver, I knew I hadn't failed. That the Navy hadn't failed.
Very ingenious, Lieutenant. Lansons are right. My good man, my lieutenant has his torpedo instructions. If I'm not safely back aboard the U-64 within 10 minutes, he will carry them out. He's already swinging the boat into firing position. Eight and a half minutes.
Shall I give the order to make ready the torpedo tubes?
No.
But, Lieutenant,
wait!
Only 4 minutes left, sir.
Commodore,
We'll stand fast. All of us.
make ready number 3 torpedo tube.
Make ready number 3 torpedo tube.
Make ready number 3 torpedo tube. Number 3 tube, ready.
Plate!
Bring the machine guns topside.
What hasn't time?
Clear the bridge.
Dive! 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 Dive!
Those are the facts, Mr. Hagen.
Thank you, Dr. Young. The facts are interesting, revealing, and I must add, somewhat prejudiced.
I won't deny that.
Would you deny that Miss Brenner, by decommissioning the yacht's radio, committed an overt act which led to murder and to the abduction of a scientist wanted by a foreign power?
No, I wouldn't. But I think you're overlooking one point. Using Miss Brenner and abducting her was the biggest mistake von Mulder made. For instance, Miss Brenner did commit the one overt act which led to the discovery and the sinking of the U-64, setting off the emergency flares at the risk of her life.
Paul, bring Miss Brenner in.
Miss Brenner, please.
Yes?
I'm sorry to detain you, Miss Brenner.
You mean I...
Yes, you're free to go.